Expect more growth in downtown Greensboro, too. There's a lot of buzz surrounding the future of the Greensboro Hoppers, or Grasshoppers. Someone bought the team just over a year ago.
We've heard this new owner has big plans for the future. Probably the best way to find out what's in store is to see his previous work. Turns out we only had to drive 70 miles south. Swinging cranes and construction workers are a common sight in downtown Kannapolis.
For the next few years, there's going to be a lot of hammers and saws you're hearing, but that's okay. That is progress.
That progress has been at an all-time high in an area of town that just a few years ago was fading fast.
There was about 90% vacancies downtown, so virtually every space was empty.
Like other places, Kannapolis was trying to reinvent itself after a long history of textiles.
Largest sheet and towel manufacturer in the world at one point.
In an effort to revitalize in 2018, City Manager Mike Legg and other leaders decided to move their minor league baseball team, the Kannapolis Cannonballers, into a new downtown stadium. The undertaking needed an owner with a vision. That's where Andy Sandler came in.
He sort of started engaging with us right out of the gate to refine the project and to really explore options with him specifically and what his objectives were as a new owner.
Within 2 years and with the help of several partners, the stadium was built, sparking even more development.
Yeah, so this is the first project that's adjacent to the ballpark.
A new restaurant, brewery, and apartments are on deck. A hotel and 10 to 20-story building are also in the works. Businesses near the stadium took off too.
The retail has exploded a lot faster than we thought it would. The construction projects have been leased up and, apartments have been filled up.
The adjacent West Avenue that once had 90% vacancy trended the other way.
But now we're at about 90% occupancy for all the finished spaces.
The amount of growth has far exceeded what my expectations were.
David Deal owns Sabor, a Latin restaurant near the ballpark.
We're very intrigued by the revitalization project, especially the stadium as it came around and what it was doing for the downtown area.
He came back to his hometown 2 years ago to open this location.
With 18 current locations of Sabor right now, we've popped off into the top 3-4 locations on an average year.
There's also a lot of activity inside the ballpark, even in the off-season.
This is the get out of the house place to go for the most part.
Kyle and her 2 sons take advantage of the year-round ability to walk or bike the stadium grounds.
We love that it's open all day, especially they have a splash pad over there that's super fun in the summertime.
Expect to see that kind of year-round community space in Greensboro too.
We've got a lot of plans for how we can activate the stadium in Greensboro in the same ways we've done in Kannapolis and in some different ways.
Andy Sandler bought the Greensboro Grasshoppers just over a year ago. He admits they're limited by what they can do nearby since the stadium is mostly surrounded by existing buildings. One area where Sandler says we will see big changes, the lot north of the stadium. Sandler and his team are planning for retail and apartments, which he envisions will grow from there.
A whole bunch of restaurants and bars in the couple of blocks around the stadium with hundreds of people living in apartments.
Sandler hopes the building is up in the next year or two, helping add to his hope for the future of Greensboro.
One continuous entertainment district from this north side of the downtown all the way through the south side of downtown.
On the field, plan to see a lot more than baseball. For example, Kannapolis has hosted 200 other events, including charity kickball with NASCAR drivers, concerts, even a televised dog show.
And it'll become a real destination year-round.
That's welcome news to Steve and Jan Ginger, the owners of the Sage Mule.
Seems to keep getting busier and busier, so we're just trying to keep up.
The popular brunch spot is about 2 blocks from the Hopper Stadium, and they've heard the buzz.
We're excited for the growth, the future of this area.
Looking to the future with the help of a glimpse into the past.
I'm not sure we could have asked for a better partner for what we're doing here to own this ballpark and to be our partner in development.
Andy Sandler says we should expect to see constant changes and development. For example, he says they're planning a brand refresh next year. He says, don't worry, they're not changing the Hoppers name, only modernizing it and even adding a new mascot.